Thank you, Ross. And Ross, as you know, my admiration for what you've achieved here today is personal. Many of you know that before I got into the representing business, I was at Enterprise Community Partners, helping to structure the finance and the rollout of projects like these. And it is extraordinarily hard. Ross has been enormously generous with the credit and with the thanks today, but I'd like to call for another round of applause for Ross and his wonderful people. We are, maybe it's because we're 2 weeks from an election, I'm sort of attuned to the kind of dispiriting political dialogue, if you can call it that, that's happening right now. And of course, one of the dispiriting arguments that is happening right now is, who built what? I built that, you didn't build that, whatnot. We all understand, sitting here today as we are, that the best things we do are those things we do when we all come together to build something. And frankly, that's the way many of our achievements happen, and this is no exception. So many people came together. It's a delight to recognize that when you think that this had federal, state, and local participation, and private sector participation with Citibank and First County Bank. This was a real partnership to make it happen, and there's a lesson in that as to how we really get great things done. But it's also a lesson, as Senator Leone said, for a very challenged area on affordable housing. This is going to make a difference for 50 households, including 10 of these units, which will be formerly homeless supportive units. Dealing with homelessness is not just about putting somebody who's homeless in a home. There's a reason that individual was homeless. And unless you surround that person with the kind of supportive structures to deal with, it might be drug issues, mental health issues, that person will be back out on the street. And so here, we're actually going to be transforming the lives of truly our most at-risk and vulnerable people, and it's a wonderful thing. But at the end of the day, it's not just the vitality, the 50 households whose lives will be improved, is actually going to help more broadly, because I'm looking at Joe McGee when I say this. Businesses in this area recognize that one of the biggest challenges that we have is the absence of affordable housing. It's a huge problem in Fairfield County, and this is a real model for how it can be done. In my advocacy for affordable housing, whether it's with banks or with federal agencies or whatnot, I try to explain that real estate is enormously expensive, and that we've got issues as people think about supportive housing and do they want it in their neighborhood, despite the fact that it's a lot cheaper than putting people into homeless shelters. Do they want it in their neighborhood? This is the answer. I sometimes say to those folks, we've moved beyond NIMBY in Fairfield County to something different called BANANA. Build absolutely nothing anywhere near anything. And just bring somebody here to look at how beautiful this place is. And you know what? Attitudes will change. And people will come to recognize that having affordable housing in our neighborhoods is actually part of revitalizing and part of creating those mixed income, vital, vibrant, economically productive neighborhoods that we all aspire to be in our cities. So I just couldn't be happier or more proud of New Neighborhoods and all the participants who had a role in rolling out this really wonderful model for the rest of Fairfield County and frankly for the state of Connecticut. Thank you. And Ross, I have just one thing, which is in addition to thanks, let's do some more of this.